It's a holy light. Hello. I did not do the Wellington video today because I was working on a commission instead, which I did finish. So I did do something good today. I went down to the beach again today and there was a strange light. Again, this keeps happening to me. Across the way. So like over the ocean kind of, there's like a curve because it's a coast. And across to the other side of the curve there's a strange light glowing amongst the trees. And I don't know what it was. I mean, my eyes are pretty bad, as you can tell. And I also have this thing called visual snow, which means that I see like white noise, a layer of white noise over everything. So seeing lights in darkness is really hard for me. Like I can't really see the stars, they're kind of cancelled out by the white noise thing. So I have no clue what that weird thing was. I like to assume that it was like witches doing something cool. Who knows? One thing I wanted to talk about today was the fact that I posted a link to this channel, my channel, to the YouTube New Zealand YouTube page on Facebook. And Facebook, being Facebook, decided to broadcast it on all my friends' news feeds. So now my family and family friends all know this channel. So I guess I have to be careful what I say. That's a lie, I'm never careful about what I say. But if you are a family friend or a family member, hello, please do not judge me for being me on camera. I do not like how Facebook does it, but Facebook is not good with the whole privacy thing. It's just yeah. One thing that has been weighing on my mind recently has been my anxiety. Not so much my anxiety now, but my anxiety back in like my high school days, which were longer ago than I realized. I was a pretty anxious child, which hasn't really occurred to me until now how bad it was. I never really talked to anyone about it at the time, which is something I probably should have done, was try to communicate with my family about it a bit more, because because of the miscommunication, it was constantly a battle of me refusing to do things or getting very upset by things, and my family not understanding why I was so emotional all the time. I think there needs to be more openness of the fact that there's anxiety is more of a common thing. It needs to be broadcast as a thing that isn't. It is a thing that happens. Like at the time I didn't know what anxiety was or why it made me feel that way. Like I still don't really understand why it made me feel that way, because you know, hormones, teenagers. If I had had more, you know, information, been taught maybe a bit about the stuff, been told about it by someone, it would have been less distressing, I think. As a teenager, you don't think that what you're feeling is normal, you don't feel like it's right. Communication is very important for this kind of thing, because you don't realize that other people around you don't know how you feel unless you tell them explicitly how you're feeling at the time, which is something that I'm still trying to grasp nowadays as an almost fully adult. I think we need to show that it is common for people, especially teenagers, because they already feel ostracized. Is that the word? I think that's the word. Enough as it is. One thing I did like about Iron Man 3, despite the multitude of other problems the movie had, was the positive viewing of Iron Man as a hero, despite the fact he had anxiety. It wasn't shown that he was weak for it per se, but it was something that happened. And I mean, even Tony Stark was struck down by anxiety, despite him, you know, defeating aliens and shit. I think that was a good way of showing anxiety to people, to show it was a thing that happened to everybody, including superheroes. I think more things like that would be good. I know if I'd seen Iron Man 3 when I was, you know, 13, 14, it might have helped me a bit more growing up, because superheroes were always kind of my idols back then. I've gotten a lot better. I guess growing up out of the stupid teenage stage, getting out of a small town, away from a small high school, going to uni, meeting new people, all that stuff. It did help a lot. You don't realize how much meeting new people and doing new things can really help you. I like to think it'll all be okay one day. This conversation got a bit deeper than I planned. I was planning on like a short little video about witches at the beach, but there we go. Anxiety happened. I'm gonna go work on my comic a little bit and then probably sleep so I can wake up tomorrow and actually do a real video instead of me just blabbering to the camera about high school. I apologise for not so video, if you know what I mean. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I love you. May the force be with you. You know, one thing that's been weighing on my mind recently, one thing that has been weighing on my mind, I can't get this out.